Hey, what's up, guys? So check it out. The game's called Myachi. It's kind of like a hacky sack. You know, you got the hands in the game too. The only rule: no palms allowed. Anything else goes. You got the face, your shirt, down on the feet, and then back up to the hands. You go under the leg for balance, behind the back for agility. Get those hands moving for the dexterity skills too. There's no blood and broken bones if you bail though. Luckily, just pick it back up and keep on going. You got your superheroes involved. You got the Spider-Man on the wrist, the Hulk between the fists, double around for the Wolverine to the blind Daredevil behind the head. You can treat it like a little skateboard. You got your pop shove-its, kick flips, 360s, airwalks, vert drops, gymnastic stands, impossibles, forward flips, big 1080s just to make Tony Hawk jealous. And then when you get good with one, you'll bring out the second. You'll get your switches back and forth. You'll learn to juggle on one hand. And then the big finish, we call the Matrix, where one pops and the other drops. Double it up, the Matrix Reloaded, or swing over and then swap it out for the Matrix Revolution. A couple of moves so cool, some guys went out and made movies about it. Love this thing. My buddies came up with this game about 10 years ago. I've been playing for about 6 years now. I learned how to play from one of the guys who created it, and then I actually went, without knowing who he was, tried to teach one of the other guys who started the company, and I've just been with it ever since, doing it all through college, during my summers, and then I graduated and moved to New York to play with toys for a living. More of a martial art type thing, like Tai Chi or, you know, Kung Fu, Karate, that sort of thing. But there's definitely a technique to it. There's definitely, but it's not a scientific technique, you know. Somebody who can just do all the tricks doesn't necessarily make it look good, you know. Somebody who can do a 720 but not be able to throw it together with an under the leg, but then flow it right into something else, doesn't make it look good. Well, after 6 years of practice, it's second nature. I mean, I teach this game 40 hours a week in stores, showing people constantly. So by now, it has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm thinking anymore. Like, I'm just doing this automatically at this point. Yeah, no, that's kind of the best part of the thing, is that I play with it when I'm riding the subway home. I live in a house of skills. There are 7 of us that live together. We all do Myachi for a living, so we all kind of hang out and play with toys pretty much constantly. We've got wave boards, Nerf swords, juggling balls, rings, clubs, Diablo, Poi, devil sticks, Myachis out the wazoo, a bunch of hacky sacks too. Yes, this is what I graduated college to do for a living. Presbyterian College in Clinton, South Carolina, in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina. This is the coolest place in the world. Are you serious? Like, if you want like Armenian coffee at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can find it somewhere in Manhattan, and it will be the best Armenian coffee you've ever had. This is the best place in the world. Like, I love it here. I'm ready to move and check out somewhere else for a little while, but I can definitely see myself coming back to New York quite a bit. I don't think I could like live here forever and raise a family here. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I liked being raised out of the city, out of, you know, the hustle and bustle, but being nearby, being able to come in and check it out all the time is awesome. You know, I actually live out in Queens, so I've got that nice suburban atmosphere. All right, class, here we go. Put your pens and paper away. Get your cell phone out. Set that on the back of the hand. I'm kidding. Don't really do this. I'm just showing off for a second. But you start just by rocking it. You learn to feel the weight. You just swing it side to side. Gives a lot of centrifugal force. Like swinging a bucket of water. It'll stay right stuck on there. Then the next trick, so you learn how to catch it. You do 2 hands. I'm skipping the cell phone. That's stupid. You put 2 hands out. You bring your empty hand over the top. Toss it straight. Switch your hands. Empty hand on top. Make sure the empty hand is on top. Most people do this. I want you to do this. You're going to toss it up, you're going to switch those hands. Go underneath, toss it up, and switch it again. Now, if you're feeling comfortable with that, you're getting that catch every time, you can take it another level, go under the leg, toss it and catch it. First time you do that, use whatever hand you want, left or right, but go under the same leg. So if it's lefty, stay on the left side, that way it comes up in the middle of the body. When you cross over, you'll lose that line of sight on the Myachi, and the toss is much harder. So keep it in front, much simpler. Then from there, you get a 360. Use the elbow to pop it up about eye level. You're gonna swing the hand around. Again, from the elbow, up and over. Separate the motions, toss and circle. Then you can actually combo that together. Go under the leg, circle the hand around, double it up. Boom, boom. Then you can bring in everything else, the face, the shirt, down on the feet, and then back up to the hands. Myachi. This is a rose. If you look at it this way, the stem, the leaves, the bud. It's from Stephen King's Dark Tower. This symbol represents a rose, which represents a tower, which represents the center of all universes. And the whole plot of this book is the bad guys are trying to bring the tower down to destroy everything. The good guys are trying to keep it up. They're trying to protect the rose. This is the good guys. I like the idea. This was my second tattoo. It's called the Endless Knot. It's a Buddhist symbol. If you notice, it just keeps kind of winding back and forth on itself over and over and over again. Just kind of represents how anything you do is going to just keep affecting you later in life. So, you know, make good choices, that sort of thing. This one, another pop culture reference, Captain Jack Sparrow. Probably one of my favorite literary characters of all time. I know, kind of weird to think of a movie character being a literary character, but if you look at some of the things he says in that movie and just think of him as quotes for your life, I think my favorite is, you can never trust honest people to stay honest, but you can always trust dishonest people to be dishonest, honestly, because with honest people, you never know when they're going to do something incredibly stupid, and then he goes on to do something incredibly stupid. That's pretty much what I've been doing my entire life, but my incredibly stupid has worked out in the sense that I play with toys for a living in Times Square. The Triforce, Big Geek, Legend of Zelda style. It's wisdom, power, and courage in a balance. And you come to the arm. If you look here, you might actually figure out what that one is on your own. This is our Myachi logo. This is our yin yang, our mind and our body connected by the spirit. You know, anything you want to do, it starts as an idea. A moon which is just past full, to remind myself, no matter how good I get, no matter how good life is, it can always get worse, and to really just appreciate everything I have whenever I have it. This is my big masterpiece. This is a wand of fire, a cup of water, a sword of air, and a disc of earth. These are the aces of my deck of tarot cards. I am not a religious person. I would definitely call myself an atheist, but if I had a spirituality at all, it would be tarot cards. If you know anything about them, it's a deck of cards that we get our modern playing cards from, but have been used for spirituality, the fortune-telling, divination, and that sort of thing. I use them as kind of a way of, like, if I have a problem in my life, I can step out of that problem by doing a tarot reading and looking what the cards say and kind of figuring out what I feel based on looking at them, and that generally will kind of put a picture in my head of what's really going on inside, more than what I have been thinking. You know, it's really useful for when you're having relationship problems, or, you know, you're not sure what your job's doing, or that sort of thing, because you can just take your emotions out of it for a second and really look at it and figure out what your issues are. And so I'm a big fan of tarot, and these symbols are the aces of my deck. The fire being your creative energies, the water being your emotions, the sword being your logic, your intellect, and then the disc being your physical self, your body and your well-being, and that sort of thing. The mind and the body are connected by the spirit. Think of it this way. Anything you want to do, right, it starts as an idea, in the sense of, I want to pass my art class, I want to graduate college, I want to, you know, play with toys for a living. It starts as just a crazy idea that you have. And then to make it all happen, to get to that execution, the body, finishing this project, graduating college, playing with toys for a living in Times Square, well, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta have that spirit on your side. And that's what Myachi's all about. You know, for us, it's been this toy. But for the kids that we're teaching this game to, it's whatever they want to do. Whatever they want to be good at, we're gonna help them get better at it by giving them coordination, by giving them self-confidence that they can be whatever they want to be.
If you catch me